Awesome, man.
What's up, man? How are you doing?
Man, so I was at the beach, and then, so let me tell you guys, I was at the beach, and then my data finished, right? So I decided when I get out, I'll try to find a place to buy data, the internet, because I also need to navigate Google Maps to get here, And then when I got out, I can't find any place to buy the internet. I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to be late too. All right, so sorry guys.
Oh yeah, did we check the time when he came in?
No, we didn't.
No, it was just 2 minutes late.
I tagged you right when it turned 4:30. I tagged you in a post on Instagram. I said we're predicting how late he's gonna be. I said you're gonna be 5 minutes late, dude. 2 minutes is not that bad.
I said 1 minute, so I think I won.
So,
Okay. Well, I'm still here.
No, So it's all good. It's funny. You said data. At first, I was like, check your dates. I was like, how many dates did you have today? Because that's kind of.
Actually, today I wasn't on a date. I was just having some quiet moments for myself. So I was at the beach, did some workouts, and also beach massage. It felt really good.
Dude, life is pretty good here, isn't it, man?
I mean, we need to enjoy the movement,
Dude.
All right. Well, welcome back to the Bali Boys podcast. This is our first studio podcast, episode 10. Today we have a special guest, Prince Heavens.
Yeah.
Prince is a YouTuber specializing in the art of Riz.
Exactly.
And he also...
You guys did some findings, right?
We watched a couple videos.
Okay.
I've
awesome.
seen the content.
Good.
And
awesome.
You also speak fluent Chinese. So at some point, I'm sure the conversation's going to devolve into Mandarin, and I'm going to be sitting here with my dick in my hand. So let's get it kicked off.
Let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah. So Mandarin, dude, 很有意思。所以你住了中国6年了，对不对？
对，所以我住在中国6年了。我以前住在中国，但是现在我住在巴黎这边。
巴黎比中国的天气好得多了，对不对？好一点。
我觉得我以前住在南宁，南宁也是很热的。
南宁
关系
热。
真的热，
真的热，对，
真的热我觉得差不多一样的。
南方的，就是
是。
真的吗？
Are you lost?
现在我的朋友关注
All I know is Shabi.
Oh, you know Shabi?
Shabi.
就是 I told him that when I was going to ask. Everyone knows Shabi, bro.
Okay.
Shabi, we'll drop that. We'll let you guys know what that means. But no, it's really cool, man. It's like, I was watching some of your videos today, and it brought me back to when I was in China for like 6 weeks in Shanghai. Okay. And I'm watching you talk to these people and buy food and shit, and isn't that like the most amazing thing when you can connect to someone in a completely different part of the country in their language, and you see the enjoyment and like you get discount. People like really welcome you as family, even if you don't look like them. You know what I mean? It really creates a special bond. Which I was curious to the only thing, I said this before, dude, like the only thing cooler than a white dude that speaks Chinese is a black dude that speaks Chinese. It's fucking cool.
It is really cool.
Yeah, and your videos, like, they've really popped off because people love to see that shit,
They are very welcoming, especially, and sometimes they get surprised, because I approach them out of nowhere, like, ni hao, like, like, even out here in Bali, sometimes when I see some Chinese, I just like to approach them, like, they get so surprised. I'm like, I'm also a Chinese. Where's the Zhongguoren?
This is what I tell when we were in China, people, they always try to sell you stuff, and they would try to sell in English. I'd say, 我不会说英文,我会说中文. And they would be like, what? They'd just completely, disarm them.
It's a flex, and it's really cool.
It is. It's a cool flex. So, you could say that you kind of speak Mandarin. You know what I mean?
Mandarin.
Mandarin.
Can you riz in Mandarin? Have you ever done that?
Can I riz in Mandarin?
I've seen it. He's done it, yeah. You just speak it, man. You tell them their food tastes good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes just basic. You don't need to have some crazy pickup line. Just the basics, you get them.
Yeah, it impresses them.
They
get impressed, yeah.
So how long have you been doing this art of Riz?
So, how long have I been doing the art of Riz? So first, let's break down to what is the art of Riz.
I like that, yeah. Let's break it down.
Okay, so the art of Riz is my special course that I'm trying to sell, or I'm trying to market to other guys out there about how to travel and break the international barrier when it comes to women, So it's about international attraction. So as a guy, if you're traveling from your country to a different country, and you don't know how to approach girls internationally, girls from different culture, girls from different world, because besides China, to every country that I go to, I try to get a girls, not quote unquote, I try to involve, I try to relate with the girls there, not just girls, their culture, social life, party life, So it's like I'm trying to teach other guys how to build this confidence and also relate with girls from the different parts of the world.
That's cool, man.
Love that.
Yeah, that's neat. It's a unique skill set, and I feel like a lot of men struggle. Oh, I moved that. Yeah, move that a little bit closer.
True.
But a lot of men struggle not only with like women around the world, but women in their own culture, right?
Sure,
so
sure.
If you can step out of your comfort zone and learn about other people's culture and simply, go through with it and do it and build that confidence, it's gonna help and translate into other parts of your life.
Exactly,
too.
exactly.
For work, for fucking, just self-discipline.
Exactly. Business and everything, yeah.
Business,
Yeah,
everything.
true.
So it's an incredible skill set, and it's cool that you do that. You've definitely found your niche for it. And
it's working, I mean.
It is, dude.
Yeah.
It is. So you did 6 years in China. When you were in China, what were you doing for work out there? What brought you to China?
I was doing English teaching. Yeah, it's a very lucrative job in China,
Yep.
especially people from native-speaking countries, Australia, Canada, America, UK. Like, it's a very lucrative job there. So in the 6 years, that's what I was doing, and it was a great time.
Cool.
Yeah.
And then you've been in Bali for how long now?
In Bali for now, almost 2 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it is. I love it
Cool,
here.
man.
It is.
You've done a couple trips. I've seen, man. You've been all over the island. It's amazing. I see how much content you post, and it's like long form content.
Long form,
meeting new people, and just
it's impressive.
You're a busy guy, man, and it's cool because it's a testament to what people can achieve. Because being as someone who isn't super highly technical and good at like editing and shit like that, I still recognize how much time goes into that, and then creating it, and then having your solitude, and then going on all these dates, building relationships, learning culture, learning language, learning everything. It takes a lot of time.
Sure.
You're a man who probably really takes control over his calendar,
Sure.
and values your time in that. So it's neat, man. Are you in Canggu?
Yeah, at the moment I'm in
Okay.
Canggu.
How do you like Canggu?
I love it in terms of the networking and connections, probably because what I'm doing at the moment, usually I need to meet with like people who are also in the same road, and Canggu is like the best place for it. So yeah, that's the main thing. I prefer Canggu over other places. I've been to Ubud, Seminyak and other places, but I feel like Canggu is the place.
Okay, yeah.
Canggu is the nice gyms too.
I see you're at
yeah.
Obsidian.
Obsidian, yeah. I go
Okay.
to Obsidian, yeah, and
Cool.
it's nice there.
Yeah, I was watching that video when you were talking to people on the back deck, and it looks like an awesome like pool area.
Yeah,
with those
the
cold
view was
plunges.
really nice. Yeah.
The
And
view.
that video was even like just spontaneous. We're just there and like we started talking about life in Bali. I'm like, I can put this on YouTube.
Yeah.
Just brought out a camera and then we did something.
I love that.
Yeah, there doesn't have to be all that planning. Like
yeah,
in the
sometimes like
moment.
spontaneous. Yeah.
Yeah, especially when you're surrounded by international people, digital nomads, and you probably met. I saw there's a girl. So are there people that you're working with out here that you're creating content with regularly?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you meet them out here then? You're like, hey, you'd be a good person. We're collaborating, or
So this is how I approach people to make videos with. Usually, when I go outside to make videos, they like what I'm doing. They'll be like, okay, maybe we can collaborate on something. And then also sometimes I DM people when I see people that are also into the content creation space here in Bali. I DM them on Instagram. Hey, I like what you're doing. I would like us to collaborate on something. Yeah.
love it. Yeah, you got it. No matter how good the marketing is, there always has to be an element of outbound. You know what I mean? Everything is like sales marketing, right?
Exactly.
You know this. Like that's what generates money at the end of the day. It's the sales and it's the marketing and stuff.
Exactly.
So if you can master one of them, I'm more on the sales side. That's more my background. And so what I've always noticed is like people are usually better at one without the other.
Yeah.
And if you can build both up, like you're a fucking powerhouse. And if you got a good product and service too that people like, they can benefit from.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's neat, man. How much longer are you planning on staying out here for? You got because I know you did a trip to Africa. Like you're all over the fucking globe, dude. This guy's all over the place.
Truly international.
So
Yeah.
the plan is at the moment I've left China completely. Yeah, even though I'm planning to go back sometime to visit friends, but
Okay.
I've left China and living China. I've been traveling around for some time within this month, but also I need to find a place that's like home. Even though if I'm traveling, I need to come to a place that You know, I have all my shit and yeah.
Yeah,
so,
we're struggling with that right now. Trying to find a home base, but also be digital nomads.
Dude, when
Yeah.
we came out here, we're like, oh, this is gonna be fucking sick. Like, we're gonna live in a bunch of different spots, and we're just gonna keep living in places.
Yeah.
And we quickly realized we also thought we were gonna do a podcast every day. And I was like, we tried to edit one podcast, and we're like, we can't do this every day. We'll never have time for anything else. And it's so important to have a home base.
It is. It is.
At the end of the day, like, you need your solitude, man. You need your fucking routines and
It
your
is, it
structure.
is.
You're gonna go crazy.
It
you
is,
know?
it
so, yeah, having a home base is a great idea.
Yeah.
And you know, it sounds like you've kind of figured that out. For
Yeah.
yourself.
So I think I did that before even leaving China. Yeah, because even though I want to travel, but also I need that place that feels home. You know, like you come back to it and then it feels like life is good. You know. Yeah. So I decided to make Bali the place.
Cool.
All right.
Yeah, whilst
Yeah.
I'm traveling, because I prefer these Asian countries, exploring these Asian countries. So it's quite easy to navigate through Vietnam, Thailand,
Sure.
Cambodia, all these places. So decided to make here the base whilst I'm doing my thing. Yeah.
I love that. Have you been to Cambodia or Vietnam?
Not yet. It's in the plans probably next month. Yeah.
Okay.
I was
cool.
gonna ask, where's the next trip to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cambodia
beautiful.
or
Cambodia. So the plan was actually I was supposed to go to Thailand this month.
Okay.
Do 1 month in Thailand and then do 2 weeks in Cambodia. But also, I thought about it, like if I'm planning to make Bali my base, I need to stay here for a while whilst I get to know the place very well, you know, in terms of culture, other islands and stuff. So that if I'm telling someone, oh, Bali is my home, I have something to talk about, you know.
For sure, yeah.
So I decided to stay in Bali for extra 1 month and then try to get to know all the places whilst before I plan my next trip. Yeah.
That's smart, man. Yeah, take some time to plant your feet in the ground a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're a language learner. Are you studying Bahasa Indonesia?
Oh, so I'm quite disappointed in myself.
You're busy. Like you don't
No.
Get it.
You know, when I moved to Indonesia, I spent about 10 days in Jakarta and Bogor. You know,
Okay.
and that place is more of local dominated, not so touristic.
Okay.
So they speak just Bahasa.
Okay.
You know, so whilst I was there, the environment forced me to learn. So I started with the numbers, started with the greetings. You know, because when I go out, I can't communicate in English.
Yeah.
So the environment forced me to learn. So after 10 days, when I moved to Bali, it's like a whole different world. No, like
Everyone speaks English.
Everyone speaks English.
Dude.
So I'm like, okay. I started getting chilled. I think within the first 3 days in Bali, I learned something. After that, I just dropped everything.
Yeah.
But hopefully, I'm planning to go to other parts of Indonesia, like the Java and
Okay.
the other places. And I think if I can achieve that, I need to learn the language. So it's still in the plans. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's
I mean, as
interesting.
someone who's learned Mandarin, Bahasa's got to be pretty easy for
Yeah,
you.
You already know. You're taking the class at it. You know how fucking easy, like, comparatively, right?
Yeah.
Especially with, like, grammar. You know, you just look at, basically it follows the same patterns and structure as English. But the grammar, there's no conjugating. Like, Chinese doesn't conjugate. So I do feel like learning Bahasa as, like, a third or fourth language is, like, it's a cakewalk, man. You'll learn a lot quicker than Chinese, for sure.
It is.
So yeah, if you go to Java, you could learn Javanese. Or you're gonna use
Japanese.
that
Oh
shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
They got all these dialects, man, just like Chinese, you know.
It is.
Yeah.
So when did you start learning Chinese? And what prompted you to start learning that?
Okay, so actually, I didn't really document the journey of learning Chinese, but it was just spontaneous, you know, because the thing that really motivated me.
You wanted to hit on the women.
I mean, that's also a part.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when I moved to China, I had a cousin who had lived there for 5 years already, and he was really fluent, especially when he drinks alcohol.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, really?
That helps a lot. Yeah. It's so funny.
When you drink alcohol, like the Chinese comes.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he was really good with the language. So he motivated me, like seeing my brother doing it. I'm like, okay. So it started with when I'm going outside, I'll learn probably if I'm going to buy water, I'll just learn the keyword, you know, because first when you go to the country, you can't speak their language. So when you go outside to buy something, like jiga, what should I buy? Jiga. It's always like jiga, like you know. So when I prompted myself that I want to start learning the language, anytime I'm going outside to buy something, I'll learn what I'm going to buy, you know, and I already have like the sentence, maybe, what am I? So what am I is like, I want to buy, you know. So if today I'm going to buy table. I already have the Wushamai, and then I'll learn the table in Chinese.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
so Wushamai table. And then tomorrow, if I'm buying like a microphone, Wushamai microphone.
Oh,
You know?
Okay, I like
Yeah,
that.
so that's how I learned the language and started socializing. And also, one thing that really helped me, dating girls who don't speak English.
Yeah, you kind of have to learn.
You have no choice, because usually it's translation, and then you just need to force yourself to learn. Yeah.
Did you have a
Okay.
Chinese girlfriend while you were over there? Did you seriously date? When was your last serious relationship? That's what I want to figure out.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm trying to figure out. It's like,
Mr.
is this guy
Riz.
dating someone? Or is this kind of a facade? Like, I'm trying to figure out what this dude's up to. You know what I'm saying?
So people really get confused with me, like my content side and
Yes.
my personal life, of which is quite understandable because of the image that I put out there, and it's sick. Okay, so
你有女朋友？
现在
现在
现
You have
在
a girlfriend now.
现在
Okay.
现在没有女朋友，没有女朋友。
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but usually some of
Yeah.
the girls that I make the videos with, usually it's business, Sometimes maybe
Yes.
like, she's also into content creating. I'm traveling.
Yeah.
Maybe if you want to join, we go make the content together, Yeah, because sometimes traveling vlogs, if you have someone with you to share opinions together about the place, about the site, that it's more interesting,
Yeah,
rather
it
than you going and, oh, guy, I just saw this. Yeah, so
100%.
sometimes I like
There's
it
a
when
chemistry too. It's like there's a synergy that kind of happens, and you bounce
Exactly.
ideas, and it's a beautiful process.
It is,
right?
it is,
Yes.
it is, it is. So there are some videos that I like to have someone with me, and preferably like girls,
Yes.
And then there are some videos that maybe I just walk to the street to socialize with people. I can go alone because I have already people around I'm gonna socialize
Yes,
with.
you already, yeah, exactly. you know the mission. You're like, I can get friends with everybody here.
Exactly.
Totally
Yeah.
get that.
So some of them, it's like business, and then the other side that maybe like we already have something going on and we want to collaborate on a video. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Well, thank you for that insight. Okay, now when you were in China, there's a video, right, where you met the woman of your dreams in China, right? So you still talk with her when you build that kind of rapport. How did that end? Did that end?
That's a long story.
Oh, there we go.
Time.
Yeah, so I met this girl that she seems like perfect, like she was an extra Chinese girl, that's what I would say, And it was nice. At the moment we still talk once in a while, but
Okay.
like nothing is going on. We still talk, we still keep in touch. Yeah. But it was a crazy experience, Yeah, if you've watched some of my videos, you're gonna see that. So we started having like going out and stuff, but family interference couldn't make the relationship succeed. So yeah.
So that leads into kind of like the next point here. So being a black man in China for 6 years.
Yeah.
How were you generally treated by like the Chinese people? So like, there is a lot of this like online, you see like a friendly presence, they want to take pictures, but at a certain point, what I noticed as a white guy going into the more of the remote spots is like you're kind of looked at like a circus animal, like people are taking pictures like
Sure.
fucking constantly, right? So was your experience, did you have situations where you experienced like racism?
Of course, several times. I mean, 6 years.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. Right?
It happened several times, and also because I can speak the language, people are very open to me. They welcome me very nicely. Of which that's what most people see on my channel. The racist part, maybe like sometimes I don't even have the camera. I wouldn't like to put it out there because it is what it is.
Yeah.
So I experienced racism in China. Subways, someone will be like, it happens,
Okay,
or maybe
yeah.
like in an elevator, like.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happens,
Yeah.
But at the end, we still need to do what we gotta do.
100%, man. But
Focus on the positive.
100%, and I like that. I like your perspective with that a lot, and you're going to experience that kind of anywhere you go, and it would be unfair, right? You have such a good time, you've built a life in China, you met so many wonderful people. Putting that online, people immediately look at that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they think, and it kind of.
And those kind of videos also sell more.
I know they do.
It's even gonna cover like the ones that they are very welcoming and friendly to you.
Yes,
Yeah.
you're absolutely right. But now when we look at the older generation, you dating my daughter, it sounded like that may have caused a problem too. When you talk about dating this Chinese girl, was it her parents kind of had a problem with her dating you or having a relationship?
Yeah. It was more of like family interference, because they were expecting her to get married soon, and she announced it that right now I'm going out with a black guy. You know, they didn't like it that much.
Yeah.
And when I was in China too, I interviewed a couple of interracial couples, of which they also shared their story that they also, some of them had the same experience. You know.
Yep.
But some were willing to go to the extent to fight for their love, you know. But in
Yeah.
my case, I'm like, okay, chill.
Yeah. Disrupt a whole bunch of shit. You're like, I kind of got some other stuff to do too. You're like,
No,
well,
okay.
on
So
the
I'm
next-
too young to be fighting for love. I mean, it's all I prioritize what we're having, but
Yeah.
I feel
You're
like
building right now, man.
I feel like wasn't worth it chasing it, you know. Especially with family, you need to go extra, you know.
Yep. Niji Slay.
Shenzhen wo oshiwu sui.
Arshar.
Oshiwu.
Arshawu is 25.
25.
25.
Yeah,
Okay, that's
okay.
what I was gonna ask,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
not
yeah.
in that language.
I'll be the translator. You know, it's so funny. It's so funny. It is kind of like a funny concept, like a black guy and a white guy speaking Chinese on a pod. Like it's funny. All the times I speak Chinese, I was just talking to Aiden about this. Like they're never Chinese. Like I'm speaking Chinese with people from other countries. It's
Yeah.
really funny. But 25, man, good for you. You're building, dude. You're building
Yeah.
the channel.
That's
You're
right.
out there.
That's a lot
Trying.
more than we
Yeah.
were doing at 25.
Yeah.
So
you're in good
you're
shape,
spot.
dude. What's so what is do you have a routine? Like you have like a non-negotiable routine when you wake up in the morning?
Yeah, I would say I do.
Okay.
Yeah. Especially when it comes to my routines are basically about my fitness, you know. So for the past 4 years, I've been like this shredded, lean.
Yeah.
Damn.
You know your
Yeah.
body, what's your body fat percentage? You know?
Probably right now about 5 or 6.
Holy shit.
5 or 6.
Yeah,
This was
Wow.
so impressive, man.
Yeah. So I didn't really intentionally decide to like be like this, you know, but it's all based on the constant daily routines, you know. Yeah, so I try to cook my food myself because
Okay.
you know Chinese food, like a lot of soy sauce,
Oils.
oil, yeah. So when I was in China, I was probably cooking like every day,
Wow.
making
okay.
my meal from morning to evening, yeah. And also even whilst traveling now, every place that I go, I try to try my best to eat as clean as I can, you know.
Okay.
Yeah. Bali, for instance, there are a lot of healthy restaurants around and
There
stuff.
are, especially in Canggu.
Especially in
Fucking-
Canggu.
Was it called?
Open house.
Open house, yeah, I
Fucking
love that
house.
too,
That
yeah.
place is-
I love
and they got all
that.
the
Macros
fucking
all laid
macros
out
on it,
for
man.
you.
Yeah, but the thing is,
Yeah.
even though there are a lot of good options around,
Yeah.
still I'm not really satisfied
Yes.
because when I go to open house, probably I'll buy like the food I'll buy, they'll give me like 3 eggs. I want to eat like 6 eggs, you know.
Yes.
Probably they give me like 100 grams of chicken. I want to have like 200 grams, you know.
Yes, dude,
So
we're always ordering.
yeah, so even still with all these good options around, I try to still balance it. Sometimes cook my meal. Yeah,
Cool. So you're cooking at your house here, like often.
yeah,
2 or 3 times a day, would you say?
yeah, like breakfast and probably lunch. Maybe I'll make a smoothie or something, and then
That's the way to do it, man. It's like if you want those kinds of results, you know, you gotta go to that length.
Yeah.
At this point, you probably don't even need to weigh anything. Like you
No,
fucking-
it's just
Yeah.
part of.
You know what you're doing.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
cool.
exactly.
Do you have a sweet tooth at all? Like, do you indulge in any sort of junk food, or are you pretty much strictly clean eating?
So, unlike other people that they have maybe like a cheat day, I don't really have a cheat day. You know, it just happens maybe once in a while when I'm with someone who like want me to try something. Okay, why not? Like I'm not 100% strict. You know, if there's a chance that I need to try, I will. But myself, I wouldn't go outside to buy, or I wouldn't order maybe like a junk food. You know.
Okay.
Yeah, but
okay.
occasionally if it happens, okay.
Yeah, to
That's
try
something
and
I
new
need to work on.
Yeah, yeah.
I had
He likes
half a
gelato.
cookie with my chicken earlier.
Okay, I mean
I
you
got
can
a sweet
keep
tooth,
you
man.
can keep the balance. Yeah.
That's true, man.
Yeah,
Everybody's
it's good to keep
I'd
the
like
balance.
to say balance, but you have incredible results.
There's no denying it, man. The more disciplined you are in an area, you're just gonna get
Exactly,
those kinds of
exactly.
results. Were you ever so you said you've maintained this physique for like the last 5 years?
4 years. Yeah.
4 years. Before that, were you a bigger guy or were you smaller?
I was small.
You were smaller, so you put on muscle. Since
Yeah,
then.
true.
Okay,
Yeah,
got
yeah,
you.
yeah.
Cool. That's kind of like where he came from. He came from.
What about you?
I was bigger, dude.
Yeah?
I was, yeah. Basar. Like I was 200. Fuck. What we got a kilograms.
Kilos, yeah, you were
Kilos.
like 130 kilos?
130 kilo.
Crazy.
Yeah. Now I'm like around 90. So
Congrats, man.
Thank
Congrats.
you, bro. Yeah,
Congrats.
but discipline, you know, getting a good mentor, macros, and you just having those daily wins and stacking them up. It goes a long way.
And what inspired that journey?
That journey, dude, just hitting like a bottom of like I feel like shit and I can't do this anymore. You know, everyone has to experience a certain level of pain to make changes like that. And for me, it was like drugs, alcohol, and food, and my relationship with all that stuff was just poison. It was poisoning me where I was like, I don't see. First, I got sober, and the drugs and alcohol were, so damaging. And then I noticed after I got sober, I was getting fat, and I was just fucking eating food all the time, which is a pretty natural thing to do, right? You're just replacing one thing for another for pleasure. And I was like, well, I didn't get sober to be miserable and fat, right? So I was like, well, I wanted to have a better quality of life, so I knew that the next thing to do was to tackle the weight, the relationship with food, and then, man, it's ongoing too, because you'll see, especially with people like in recovery or people that have dealt with addictions, that they seem to manifest themselves into different ways, like throughout their life. It could be sex, it could be drugs, it could be porn, it could be alcohol or food, and they're always going to pop up, and it's important to have routines like you mentioned to keep us spiritually in check, whether that's like with God or you're a Christian, or if you're like a Buddhist, or you do your prayers, your gratitude list. So I always find that doing those things every day and having non-negotiables always leads to more fulfillment and betterment, right? So that's something that we always preach.
That's inspiring.
Yeah, man. We're all here trying to do our best.
Sure.
And,
He inspired me to get sober. I was lagging a little bit behind him because we used to party together a lot back in the day, and I just kept waking up super hungover, and I'd call him, and I'm like, I think it's time for me to get sober. And he was super understanding, just being like, yeah, buddy, maybe it is time.
Everyone hits it at their own time, man. And we have buddies, good friends of ours that have been sober for 4 or 5 years that we used to just, and this wasn't like just regular go out and party and drink and shit. It was like, we got fucked up, dude. Like, if you knew us, there's no way you'd be doing a podcast.
Yeah.
These guys would be fucking dead in a couple of years. So, we did a lot of damage, and it's cool to see the proof of concept with other people and where they can come from. I can't imagine. So with the results you get, you already know how caloric alcohol can be. You're probably not a big drinker, right?
No.
There's no way.
Maybe once in a while, occasionally, maybe once in a month or 2 months, I meet friends.
Yeah. A social thing. You have
social
a drink,
thing,
for sure.
Yeah.
You're one of the normal people. That's fucking awesome, dude. That's great. No, that's fucking because it's destructive, and you see it a lot in Canggu. I'm sure. It's kind of party city. And it's nice to look at, you see these videos of these fucking drunk Australians getting arrested. I'm so glad I'm like, because that would have been fucking me years ago.
Yeah, that's one thing I like about Canggu. Like, it gives you 2 options. They have the wellness, fitness part, and they have like the crazy party, so it's all up to you which one you're going for, because whatever you want to do, like, everything. So it's all up to you. The decision is based on you.
For sure, man. And even then, like, these beach clubs are so nice and extravagant.
They are, like,
I've been to a couple.
I've been there.
What are your favorite ones? Didn't you go to that cool one in was it in fucking Ubud or
Savaya?
Savaya. That's where we're going.
That's right. Yeah.
How is that? It looks
that
cool.
looks very classy. The sunset from there is like beautiful. The vibe is nice, quite chilled.
Cool.
Sometimes I go to some of these beach clubs to just dance for cardio.
Yeah, dude.
That is my favorite way to.
I go to Fins. Like, I like Fins because how social people are. Like, they have this kind of energy. So sometimes I just go there to like dance. I can go there for like an hour just dancing, no drinks, just dancing on the dance floor.
That's cool.
Yeah. So,
dude, we got to go do that sometime. Are you going to? Did you see Diplo's come in to Savaya? Diplo.
I've seen like they're gonna have this activity.
Yeah. We bought tickets for it, so we'll be out there because it's Uluwatu, right?
Yes. Uluwatu, about an hour. Or,
yeah. You've been to Uluwatu?
Yeah.
I love Uluwatu, man.
It's chilled, very chilled as compared to Canggu.
Yes.
Very chilled, different vibe.
Yes.
Yeah, calm.
Yeah, you'd probably go crazy. You'd be like, I need more fucking. There's not enough people around here.
So it's too chilled for me, honestly, because
wait 5 years.
He wouldn't like Kintamani.
Yeah. 5 years when you're 30, you're gonna be in fucking Uluwatu. Because when I was 25, there's no fucking way I would have gone to Uluwatu. We went down there the first time. I'm like, this is cool, but I feel like it's too chill.
It is chill.
I went back. I'm like, oh, this is great. There's fucking nobody here. I can go surfing. Like it's weird, man. It evolves, It
does.
But there's some place for everyone on this island, dude.
Exactly.
That's what's so cool about it, for sure. And
what did you
Canggu's
do
vibe.
for Niepi this year?
I watched the video part of it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Let me get some water.
Some water. Hey, I'm gonna spoiler alert. He had a date.
I
was with the
mean, that's
girl.
on brand.
Okay, so Nepi, actually it's my first Nepi. I don't know if you guys have had like
Our first
was our
as well,
first.
yeah.
okay, so
Cool, man.
it was my first Nepi, and I had no plans, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And the night before the Nepi, I had a video to upload, so I had to sit down and edit throughout the night before the Nepi day. And I got invited by a friend. Like there is this nice villa, so probably can come by. You can't spend a Nepi by yourself. Come by. Maybe can even make a vlog. I'm like, why not?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't want to spend the whole 24 hours with myself just doing nothing.
Sitting in silence, meditating.
Yeah, so I'm like, okay, so we went to the villa, very nice place, beautiful.
Yep.
If you watch the vlog, like, nice place. And then we made a vlog about how we're gonna spend the 24 hours together, more of like day in a life vlog, you know.
Okay.
So it's beautiful.
Got some good food too. Looked like
Good
there's some
food.
good food.
Yeah, Nadia, sorry. She made a food. She made this.
It's okay.
What, beggar or something? Yeah. But we had a good time. It was a good time. Yeah, especially being my first Nepi. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you go to the Oga Oga? What is it we call it? The Oga Oga Fest? Oga.
So the thing is, I edited
you're
up
working.
to 11 p.m. Yeah, because the video was supposed to be live at 12.
Love that. Look at all this work he's putting in for his followers, man.
Yeah, so I edited out to 11 p.m. And then when I finished, whilst going to the villa, yeah, on the way I saw this event going on with the Ogo and stuff. So I
Did you
just
see them being burned at all?
know whilst they were moving it around.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because
So
we missed the burning ceremony, but I think that would have been really cool to
Which
see.
I was kind of sketched out because, like, as we were driving, and you noticed it too, I saw some ones that were unburned. And I'm like, why didn't they
Yes,
fucking
I
burn
saw
those?
one like yesterday or 2 days ago.
And I don't like that because they're supposed to
They're
burn those
keeping the
fuckers to
evil
get rid of
spirits
the,
out.
out,
Yeah.
right? They're supposed to get rid of the bad spirits. And I
yeah.
saw ones that weren't burned, and I'm like, this isn't good for the eyes. And I'm like, I think I'm getting a little crazy out here, man.
It's the Bali conspiracy.
Yeah, it
I
is.
mean, culture, you need to respect other people's culture. So it is beautiful.
Yeah, it's neat, man. It really is. And there's a whole plethora of temples too. Have you been north in like Lovina? Have you done that?
No,
yet?
no, not yet. Not
Okay.
Yet, not
Yeah.
yet.
There's just like I feel like it's funny because Bali's so small, but yet there's so many hidden gems around it. Right.
Yeah.
You've got waterfalls. You've got like whitewater rafting. We still haven't done
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Snorkeling spots, scuba
Yeah,
diving. Just so much shit. And I'm like, oh man, it would take a couple of years to really explore and know this
Yeah,
island.
and it's not just even but Indonesia.
Yes, and then
as,
you go
as
to
large like there are a lot of things in this place, you know.
the world's a big place, dude. I'm like,
Coming here, like one of my plans was to visit. I don't know if you guys know the Papua Islands.
I've heard
Papua
of that.
New Guinea?
Not New Guinea, but Papua in Indonesia. It's
Oh,
like they have
okay.
this isolated ethnicity. Like these guys are living on trees. Like
Holy
so, like
shit.
so. These are the places that I really want to
Okay.
visit.
And you can get in there. You can go visit.
yeah, you can get a tour guide who will lead you there.
Okay.
But the journey is not a joke. You need to sit on like a river for hours, 7 to 8 hours to cross a river and get to.
Yo, you let me know when you're gonna do that shit.
Sounds
I
like a
would
good
love to
content
experience. I would love to
opportunity.
go there
Yeah.
and communicate with them.
That would actually be really cool.
Yeah, I've seen just few YouTubers have been able to go to that extent, but I would like to try.
You're ever gonna go to North Korea?
Not
Got that? I already know. I know people are thinking about that one. They closed
yeah,
it
but
down.
at the moment, not in my plans.
Not in your plans
Not
right now.
anywhere.
Okay, maybe 2030 or something.
Let's
Maybe
see. Let's see how it goes.
Let's see how it
See.
goes, dude. Let's see how. I don't know what the international relations are between, because you've got like a Ghana passport, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Between Ghana and North Korea, but
I'm not sure.
yeah.
I'm not sure.
And it could change tomorrow because who knows? It changes
knows,
so
yeah.
fast. That's funny. A whole lot of world to see, man. And
It is.
yeah, Indonesia is a very special place for sure. But yeah, you got me thinking when I was watching. I was messaging you. I was watching your videos of you in China. Like I've done the China thing, but I haven't been to Taiwan. Have you been there?
No, not yet.
Taiwan looks cool. It's like tropical. Because I'm thinking, okay, good food, traditional Chinese heritage and culture, right? They speak Chinese. A lot of them speak English, and it's tropical. Like
Tropical Chinese.
I know. So that's what I call them. I'm like, Taiwanese are just tropical Chinese. I'm sure that
Cool.
would piss some people off. But yeah, there's so much to see, man.
Yeah.
What's yeah? Go ahead.
So it sounds like you've been traveling around Southeast Asia a lot and have more plans to do that. Is there any country, maybe on the other side of the world, that you have your sights set on that you want to travel to?
Probably I want to do more of African countries too. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I feel like, especially me being an African, I'm the right person to showcase the heritage and culture of Africans. So it's my plans, and also like at the moment, I get a lot of young African boys who are looking up to me. Like they like what I'm doing. They also like to go on this journey, travel around. So probably I would like to go to these places, try to meet some of them. Share the little experience that I have with them, and also share the story of Africa. Yeah.
That's cool.
And
That's
besides that too, maybe few European countries. Yeah,
Right on.
yeah.
Where in Africa would you recommend someone like the Bali Boys go to for a first visit? Obviously, Ghana. You're from Ghana.
Yeah.
But what are some of the things to do culturally in Africa to experience?
It depends on what vibe we're into.
Okay.
Probably if you're into beaches, islands, maybe the Tanzania, Madagascar.
Okay.
They have beautiful beaches there. If you want to experience like raw African culture, places like Togo, Burkina Faso, Namibia. If you're into safaris, Kenya, and all those places. So it
Okay.
depends. I mean,
There's a
myself,
lot.
I've only been to. I grew up in Ghana, and I've not been to other African countries.
Wow,
That's
never
quite
known.
a shame.
I can see it on your face. You're like, oh shit, I've shamed my ancestors. I gotta go fucking repent and do some videos.
Yeah, so that's quite a shame.
That's
So,
funny.
I need to plan and go back to Africa. Do about 10 countries in Africa. Try to share their stories, their
cool.
culture, and everything. Yeah,
That's
that's
cool,
the plan.
man.
And
Yeah.
where in Ghana are you from?
Accra.
Accra.
Yeah, the
Okay.
capital.
My dad traveled there, and he wanted me to ask you that. But
How was
I'm
his experience there?
I think he almost got robbed. He was there for business, and
Yeah.
he said they were like stopped at a checkpoint, and they like took all their stuff, and he was worried they weren't going to get it back.
That
Prince,
was-
why the fuck did your cousins do that?
Why did I even ask?
You're like, wait a minute, they were just telling me a story about how they robbed some white guy from Detroit. So funny.
But I mean, maybe that's one of the plenty experiences. But in all, Ghanaians are very welcome and hospitable people. I went to Philippines, and the way I saw how lovely and hospitable they are, like it reminded me of Ghana. Like,
Okay.
yeah.
Philippines, hidden gem. That would be a good spot to go to. They speak Tagalog there, right? Tagalog.
And generally, they've really westernized Philippines, so
Okay.
yeah, they speak English everywhere in
No shit,
Philippines.
I didn't know that about
They
the
speak.
Philippines.
Actually, they are the fifth most speaking English countries in the world.
Really?
Yeah, I
Wow.
think they are within the first five. Yeah.
Okay.
Everywhere they speak English in the Philippines.
All right, I got a question. I'm a food guy, so if I'm going to Africa, I like the wildlife, beaches, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But food, like, what's the staple dish from Ghana? Like the Ghana.
Ghana, fufu.
Fufu.
Oh boy, you're gonna love it. Yeah. So we have fufu.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like the local one that we make. It's like plantain and cassava.
Okay.
Pounded. Pounded in the mortar, and then we have like these special soups with meat.
Okay.
Oh man, you're gonna
And you're
love
not
like
gonna
meat
get that
soup.
here.
it. No.
Not like mom makes it, probably.
No.
Yeah.
Sometimes I try to do some, but no. I
You
need to
gotta
go.
go
Yeah.
home for that.
Yeah.
All right,
Fufu is quite common, and also other African countries to have fufu, but also in a different way. So Nigerians also have fufu, but
Okay.
a bit different.
Okay.
Yeah, like quite
Just
different.
like the Chinese do it, right? Like, so my professors were from Shanghai, and they were always talking about how Shanghai duck tastier than Beijing duck.
Yeah.
Shanghai women much prettier than Beijing women. Everything's better,
Better, yeah.
Per
true.
region and per country.
And actually, we have this food war in Africa between Ghana and Nigeria.
Oh, shit.
And there is this food called jollof. I don't know if you guys ever heard of
No.
it. Oh man.
Oh wait, I think I saw this on your story the other day. Weren't you talking
Yeah.
some shit about this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. That's smart. So jollof is like rice
Okay.
cooked with tomato paste and tomatoes and stuff. Like it's really nice. Maybe if I have the chance, I'm gonna make you guys jollof.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
we would love that
So
much,
it's
my
like
friend.
it's always been a fight between Ghanaians and Nigerians who has the best jollof.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like these two countries, they are very relatable in the African country, Ghana and Nigeria.
Okay.
But when it comes to jollof, it's like they don't meet. It's like really, really crazy.
Sounds like we need to try both of them.
Yeah, we do.
Okay,
Yeah.
for real, if you guys try both and you give your honest opinion about it, like you get crazy engagement because it's very sensitive.
Oh yeah, and not know which one is which. So
Yeah, just try randomly. Yeah.
We're gonna get a bunch of pissed off Nigerians in that section. Just tell your dad to avoid going back to those countries because then he'll definitely get fucking robbed. We're holding your dad's the Bali Boys' sons. Hold them hostage.
Love it.
Yeah, that's good content, man. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I'll definitely have to try that. I like the food out here, but you're right, Prince. There's not enough protein being consumed.
Oh my gosh,
These
yes.
guys are protein
It's a struggle.
deficient here in Indonesia. You can see it, and it's just never enough. And I even noticed, a couple months ago, I thought I was like hitting my protein numbers okay. And since I've been upping them, I've been just getting way better results. Like going for 220 to 240 grams of protein. Before I was maybe getting 160. I'm like, that's not enough.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not someone you're not used to like having enough protein and you move to Bali with all these new experiences, like getting all this stuff from the restaurant, you feel okay, But if previously you've been having like high protein before you move into here, you feel like, oh, it's still not enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of been our experience. So do you supplement your protein at all, or are you just eating all
I just eat everything.
No shit, so no protein shakes for you.
Nothing at all.
Wow, okay.
So is it mostly like chicken, fish, and like what are you eating to hit those numbers?
So over here,
Egg whites? You get
mainly
egg whites?
chicken,
Yeah,
shrimps, yeah. But when I was in China, beef, mainly beef,
Okay.
lean beef,
牛肉.
lean beef, lean pork sometimes,
Okay.
chicken breast. When I was in China, I had a lot of varieties, but over here it's like a bit limited.
Okay.
Yeah. With my
Yeah.
sweet potatoes, rice, veggies, fruits. Yeah.
I miss the Chinese food, dude.
Me too,
I
me
could
too,
eat
me
that
too, me
shit
too.
all the time. 你喜欢不喜欢吃辣的？
微辣可以，微辣 slightly.
A little bit? Okay. Spicy. If you like to eat
Spicy.
spicy, dude. Here they call it pedas.
Young
Saya suka
young
baka
pedas.
You've been learning the language here, right?
Bahasa saya tidak bagus, but little bit,
Interesting,
a little bit,
interesting,
man.
man. Interesting,
Yeah.
interesting.
Pedas is spicy. You just like exactly how you learn. Like we'll be driving and I'll be like, kucing itu. I'll just be like that cat. You know what I mean?
Kucing itu.
Anjing itu. You know what I mean? That dog.
Yeah, that's
And
cool, yeah.
That's how you learn. And you look at a menu, and now what's really fucking cool is we have Chat GPT. So like before it was like going on Pleco. I used Pleco for Chinese when I was in China, and you look these words up, like a dictionary on your phone. But using AI, you can even prompt it to give you better context. Like, hey, here's the person I'm talking to. Here's their social status, and here's our relationship. Say this in a way so it's fitting, right? Because sometimes a direct translation could come off too formal or not formal enough. But now we
Or not even accurate.
Yeah, well, are you talking to a woman? Are you talking to a man? How old are they? And this shit matters in a lot of languages. Just not so much English as much, directly.
And Bahasa.
And
It's
Bahasa.
nice, the translation errors between English and Bahasa, it's usually pretty well understood and it doesn't mess up the social interaction.
Correct. The only time it gets sticky is when you're going from Bahasa to English, right? Because there's a little bit more nuance with the English language.
Yes,
and
correct.
Bahasa is a little bit broken. It's kind of like broken English. So we can also see how difficult it is for somebody who's natively speaking Bahasa Indonesia going to English, right? 'Cause there's all these fucking rules and grammar things that you just kind of lose. It's just it's so context heavy, I love language, dude. If I were to start another YouTube channel, say all the business is all the money in the world, I would start one probably just based on language, Yeah. It's cool. It's really neat.
I really like the strategy that you were telling me about having conversations in your head about what you would say to someone and what they would reply to help study.
100%.
That reminds me of learning the words you are going to need before you go to buy something, just kind of being prepared, and eventually that's going to come in handy for you.
Exactly.
Yeah. Because most of your conversation is going to be used with the same words. You're going to, even hopping on a Grab, we were using Grab before. You ride your own scooter and stuff, right? When you got here, did you immediately get a scooter? Or did you wait a little bit? Did you use a Grab driver?
Let me see. No, I think within the first week I got a scooter. Yeah, within the first week.
Within the first week.
Yeah, because I wanted to move around a lot and see
it makes
corners
sense,
and stuff.
dude.
Yeah.
It was intense. I was freaked out. It took us a month, and then we finally got some. I was like, fuck that. I'm not driving to this place. We're going to use Grab everywhere. But while we were on Grab, you quickly realize these guys are going to ask you the same questions.
Okay.
Where are you from? How long? What's your name? All that stuff. So you can kind of anticipate where the conversation's
It's
going,
coming from,
and then build like language prompts around that, which is super useful. Same applies to women or going out to eat food and shit. So it's an ongoing process.
Kamuchandi.
Right.
Yeah, dude. It's like they got the Riz. You got the Riz, the Indonesian Riz, man. So, yeah, there's always a learning opportunity for sure. And AI, how do you, going to AI, how do you use AI for your video editing and stuff? Has that been useful for you? Are you?
So actually, I use AI in most of my video creating.
Okay.
Yeah. In terms of planning the videos. So probably if I want to go to an island, I'll get all the information, details about the island with ChatGPT.
Cool.
What kind of videos that I can create there. And sometimes when I finish making the video, I have a video in my mind. I have a title in my mind, I can test on ChatGPT, hey, I have this title, give me other suggestions,
Yeah.
It gives me suggestions, it gives me description of my videos, it reviews my thumbnail. Yeah, so mostly I use it like almost everything in my content planning. Yeah.
It's great, isn't it? It's a
It
great
is,
thought
it is,
partner.
it is,
Because
it
you
is.
don't necessarily have to just copy paste it, but it gives you thoughts and ideas. You're like, well, I like this suggestion, but I can compare it with that one.
Exactly.
And it can also, like run analytics and be like, well, what's going to get the most views? What's going to be the most engaging?
Sure.
It's incredible, man.
Very helpful.
It's insane. It's just, I use it a lot in my business that I'm building, and Aiden uses it, and it just makes me realize like the people that aren't using this to their full advantage are seriously fucked.
Yeah.
Like it is tough.
Yeah, it's
like,
a weapon, man.
Yeah,
It is a weapon.
if you rely on it too much, you're screwed, because you also see on the other side of it people who they just blindly trust it, and it becomes spammy really quick. On LinkedIn a lot, we'll see just this copy paste, like people leaving comments that basically looks like a robot, but it's from their personal profile because it's copy paste from GPT.
Yeah.
But the real value comes in prompting in the way that you use it as a thought partner. Like if you can feed it enough context about who Prince Heavens is, what his ideal target market is for men, and some of the strengths and weaknesses, you can equip it with all the knowledge needed to amplify and then turn that business and idea into a complete powerhouse, right? So it's it's super cool. It's super scary.
It is scary.
Yeah,
It's taking away human ingenuity.
Yeah,
like it's an awesome tool to have for content creation and building a business, but it's ultimately not you.
It's not.
Yeah.
But it can be pretty damn close. Like I gave my GPT basically like 50 pages that I hand wrote. I'm like working on a book. And so now it knows a lot of shit and like how I think and the mood and emotions. And it's basically you can create a clone, a clone of yourself.
Sure.
It's pretty sick, dude.
Brandon GPT.
Yeah. So the world's a crazy place, but no, it's cool, man. We're happy to have you on. And is there anything that any questions you have or anything that you want to come in here and talk about? You got. Your business, you're a man, you're a marketing man, you're a salesman. Is there anything you want to plug besides, like your channel and stuff like that?
About my channel?
Channel, business, fucking shout out to one of the girls that you love.
Yeah, so usually when I get a chance, I like to motivate people because at the moment I'm also trying to inspire people who want to replace their 9 to 5 or try to make income on YouTube. I left my 6 years life in China just one day, I just woke up one day, I'm like, even though I feel very comfortable in China, the people love me, I speak the language, it's more of like a home, but I want to go out there and chase a different dream, I want to build something personal for myself because I'm teaching English. It's not something like I'm doing throughout my life, even though it's like a very lucrative job in China. So usually when I get a chance, I want to prompt people, if you have any dreams or any goal that you want to chase or anything that you want to build for yourself, leave your comfort zone and chase that dream. Yeah, beautiful.
Love that.
That's a great message, man.
It's excellent. And a really great place to do that is Bali. There's other places too, man. But
good option.
Yeah, it doesn't take much. It doesn't take too much money to live off of that. And if you've got enough drive, you've got a good vision and a solid work ethic, you can basically do anything, man. It's really true. You see it around here. Everyone's supporting each other too.
Sure.
It's not you against a bunch of people. It's like you collaborate.
Yeah, and one thing I love about the place, people are very open. they're open about their business, what they are doing. Like they share information freely. You know.
Yes.
It's beautiful.
There's a lot of value when you open yourself up to that.
Very.
And it's you're only as strong as those partnerships, right? And constantly trying to provide value for others. That's what I've noticed. There used to be like this archaic, and I don't know if this came from like our parents' generation or just like old school business, but like don't give too much away, you know?
Yeah.
And that shit's so dead
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
It's like provide as much value up front.
Give it
without
all
asking
away for
shit.
free.
Hormozy's big on that, you know? And I've seen that shifting to that mindset. It's like sometimes like, wait, what am I doing different? I'm like, dude, you're just not providing enough value for people. Like always seek to deliver, and you don't have to worry about anything.
Sure.
You really don't.
Sure.
And you probably see that a lot on a regular basis with just collaborations, people that you're
Collaboration, meeting people. Sometimes, like I just like to meet with other creators. We talk about how to grow, what other avenues we can. Bro, it's beautiful.
Yeah, things that have worked, struggles that they've had. So that's cool, man. Well, I feel like this has been a pretty excellent podcast, dude. Thank you for being our first
It's been a good
guest.
one. It's been a good one.
It's cool. It's so different for me. I know this is like you're super famous. So you're
No,
used to-
come on. I'm still growing.
Yeah, it's cool, but we got these fucking lights and like we had like a bunch of camera guys in here.
It's nice, man. It's a nice feeling.
Yeah, it's like a totally different vibe.
It's a nice
man.
feeling, yeah.
You know,
nice
I love our bootleg podcast.
It's cool.
It's cool, but
We did have a guest before.
We did. We did have Daniel Cuddle on there. And shout out to you, Daniel Cuddle. It's neat. So yeah, we definitely are going to continue to lean into having awesome guests like you share their experience, strength, and help, man.
Awesome.
Yeah. So we appreciate it. And this has been the Bali Boys podcast with Prince Heavens. Check him out on YouTube. Follow him on Instagram. You're more heavy on the YouTube, but he does use the gram.
Yeah,
And you know, we'll be back again next week doing some other stuff.
All right. Don't forget to subscribe to the Bali Boys.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Take it easy, guys.